Not in living memory, not even among the oldest Jedi Masters, could they remember a Padawan who was as gifted as Anakin Skywalker. He could have advanced through his temple training in half the time it had taken him. From the beginning, he had been far beyond his classmates in lightsaber skills and mastery of the Force. Yet in matters of the heart and mind, he still had much to learn, as Yoda continually pointed out. His teachers had known how gifted he was, but they gave him the same drills and assignments as the other students. They knew he was bored at times, but it was important not to single him out, not to treat him as special. But Anakin was special, and they all knew it. The trouble was that he knew it as well. He had been a unique case from the moment he entered Jedi training at the temple. For one thing, he had been allowed to enter despite having passed the usual age. For another, he had been chosen as a Padawan by Obi-Wan Kenobi from the start. While the other students wondered when they would be chosen and by whom, Anakin's destiny was assured. Obi-Wan watched Anakin's progress with an eye that was both loving and careful. In one hand, he held Qui-Gon's faith. In the other, he held Yoda's caution. There were times it was hard to balance these two powerful influences. On the morning of Anakin's 13th birthday, Obi-Wan had presented him with his Padawan gift. It was the gift that Qui-Gon had given Obi-Wan on his own 13th birthday, a Force-sensitive river stone. Obi-Wan was ashamed to remember how he'd been disappointed by the gift. He had been so young. He had wanted something significant, something like the gifts other Padawans had received. Special hilts for their lightsabers, or cloaks made from the lightweight warm wool from the planet Pashmeen. Instead, Qui-Gon had given him a rock. Yet that present had turned into his most valuable possession. The smooth black stone glowed with heat against his heart. It had warmed his cold hands on many planets. It had nestled inside a tiny pocket his friend Bant had sewn in his tunic, close to his heart. It was hard to give it up, but somehow he knew Qui-Gon would want him to. Unlike Obi-Wan's first reaction, Anakin's face showed deep appreciation. Then his expression clouded. "Are you sure?" he asked. "This was given to you by Qui-Gon. He would want you to have it, as I do. It is my most treasured possession." Obi-Wan reached out and closed Anakin's fingers over the stone. "I hope it will be with you always to remind you of Qui-Gon and myself, of our deep regard for you." Anakin's smile lit his face. "I'll treasure it. Thank you, Master." In many ways, Anakin was more open-hearted, more generous than he had once been, Obi-Wan thought. He was sure that though there was a great weight on Anakin due to the prophecy, that Anakin would do well. Now Anakin was 14. He was an able Padawan who had already proven himself on several important missions. Yet there was one thing that nagged at Obi-Wan. Anakin was liked by the other students, but he had no close friends. He was not loved. Obi-Wan told himself that Anakin's gifts naturally set him apart, but in his heart, he grieved for Anakin's loneliness. He was happy for Anakin's skill and growing command of the Force, but he wished a simple thing for Anakin. It was something he could not give his Padawan. It was not a gift he could hand over, like a well-loved riverstone. He wished for a friend.